I know we are all living a very difficult time right now. There is this virus threatening our lives and the life of the people we love. There is a big possibility of losing our jobs. Some of you may have already lost it. And all this on top of the problems we already have. But what if? Imagine for just a moment that we still have all these problems, but there is something different inside of you. Imagine that we still have all these problems, but something inside of you changed. And now problems are not affecting you the way they used to. Imagine that no matter what happens outside, you have inner peace. Easy to say, right? Let me explain. Right now, we have a very serious problem. There is this pandemic affecting our health, our jobs, and the way we live. Let's call this problem number 1. Now, something very interesting that happened to all of us is that we unconsciously create another problem. Problem number 2. And this problem is being worried about problem number 1, being afraid, anxious, and negative about problem number 1. So now we have 2 problems. There is an evolutionary and psychological reason why we do this to ourselves. And if you think about it, it actually makes sense. Because we have been unconsciously practicing this for many, many years. We didn't have the education nor the culture to even acknowledge this problem, let alone doing something about it. Well, now is the time to evolve and consciously change it. We need to understand that problem number 2 is not going to save us from sickness and it's not going to give us any money. Actually, problem number 2 is precisely what's going to make us sick and what's going to make us lose money. Now let me ask you, who do you think is going to be more capable of overcoming life challenges? A person full of fear, stress, anxiety, negativity, or a person with inner peace? But don't get me wrong, it's good to think about our problems. It's good to talk about our problems. But we need to do it consciously so that it won't become obsessive. We need to do it from a different place, from a peaceful place, from a place without problem number 2. And then the quality of our thinking and the quality of our conversations are going to change. And we will be actually able to find a better and faster solution to our problems. So how do we find inner peace? How do we find happiness? By consciously practicing peace and by consciously practicing happiness. Think about all the things you have done in the past that gave you peace and made you happy. Maybe the time you were dancing like if nobody's watching. Maybe all those beautiful moments with your animal friend. Maybe how much you enjoy playing sports. When you realize that doing yoga feels amazing. Those books that made you who you are. That drawing you felt so proud of. All the fun you had listening or making music. Or maybe that time when nature took your breath away. Remember all those things from your life and consciously choose to make them a priority now. Also consciously appreciate the amazing simple things you have in front of you. The colors of the sunset, the sounds of nature, the smell of flowers, friends, smiles. And finally, there is an infinite number of practices that can give you happiness and peace, but you don't know about them yet, or you haven't really tried them. So be brave and find those practices. Be brave and make happiness and peace the number 1 priority in your life by consciously practicing happiness and peace. It depends on you only 100%. Let me be clear. You don't have to do any of these things. These are clearly the things that makes me happy. This is only an invitation for you to move away from unconscious practices, from being an unconscious practitioner of fear, stress, and anxiety, to a place where you can consciously practice happiness and peace. We need to know where is our awareness. If we unconsciously focus on stress, fear, and anxiety, our reality is going to be fear, stress, and anxiety. But if we consciously focus on happiness and peace, our reality is going to be beautiful. You have to remember that our reality is the consequence of where are we placing our awareness. Problems are always wearing a different costume. Today, the costume is the virus. Yesterday, just remember, it was something different. And I can promise you that tomorrow, problems are going to come wearing something new. So here's my question. Next time a problem comes into your life, what are you going to do? Are you going to unconsciously make a second problem? Or will you consciously practice happiness and peace with me? If you have any questions, or if you want to share with me all the things that makes you happy, feel free to do so in the comment section. If you like this video, click the like button and remember to subscribe to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm dedicating this video to my 29 YouTube subscribers. I love you all. My name is Gopal and I will see you soon.